Welcome back to Bramall Lane, home of Sheffield United FC. We're just getting ready for the second half. Hardwick Social are just making their way out of the tunnel right now. The reigning champions of this competition, they've certainly looked particularly strong going forward today, although they haven't really been able to do too much in the way of challenging Duncan McNally in the Gym United goal, but you've seen so many times over the course of this first half that they've enjoyed overlapping on the wings and trying to use some quick passing play to get themselves ready. And now Gym United are just making their way out of the tunnel. They have defended well. Maybe the break is something that they will have needed just to get themselves in a different frame of mind. They didn't have as much joy as they would have liked down the wide playing areas, but maybe they'll try something different in this half. They've certainly been able to play their part so far. Now don't forget, of course, while it does remain goalless, if it does remain scoreless after 90 minutes, we will be playing 30 minutes of added time, and we're back underway in this second half, and hopefully we'll be able to see some goals as it's immediately played with Bond, who pushes it back. And what can Gym United do? How will they line themselves up, and how will this break have impacted on their play? Holding it in possession. And into the centre, it's played forward very quickly, and they try and turn it right now. Cole. Played into Melanson. Looking for the ball over the top. He was looking for the run there of Brahim, and it just evaded his run. Wasn't quite able to latch onto it, but you could see the imagination that they were trying to bring for that play. Chance now for the throw-in. Calling for it to be nearer. There's not too many options there nearby for an easy pass, so he's forced to throw it long, flicked on by Roberts. Looking for it, and it doesn't quite get away, but eventually it does. And now there's a chance, a bit of muscling, and it had to cut out. It was developing the attack there, and now Hardwick Social have a chance with the throw-in. Now Risborough, what can he do? Forward, and Risborough has it. Looking for the long ball cut out. And now it's brought under control, and Melanson has it. And can this be a counter-attacking move for Gym United? They play it down the left-hand side. Call. It's just knocked away, and it is going to be a throw-in. Well, it's been tricky for both teams just to really keep it out of the centre. They've been stuck, certainly, with the ball aerial frequently. But we're hoping that we can see a little bit of a change, and maybe the goalkeeper's worked a bit more. Roberts brings it down, hooked away by Coulthard, and it's well read and headed forward. And now the flick on, you can see what Brahim was trying to do, but he loses out in possession, and Risborough has it now. Rolls it forward, looking for the pass. Risborough continues with his run. Can he get himself a pass? Still Risborough looking for the pass forward, and it was well cut out there by Bolton. Had to do it. Now Hardwick are back in a dangerous position. Just need to get some bodies forward just to breach that defensive line as Risborough is forced back by the referee to the place where the throw-in actually should be taken, and eventually does get himself to the throw-in. Quick 1-2 play. Risborough shifts it to his left, looks for the shift onto the... He was trying to get it into the centre where Coleman was waiting, but it was headed away. Only as well, that was a almost under-hit back pass there, but it was dealt with well enough. And it is going to be a throw-in now for Gym United. They do from here. White is trying to travel. He does throw it forward. Hooked away though by Carter. Back into possession there. Headed forward. And now it's a chance for them to get it under control. And this is brought in. And Owens was brought down there. It is a foul, and Owens has stayed down there. He just took a little bit of a knock. He's signalling to his stomach. I think it was just more clumsy rather than malicious. That this is a great chance for Hardwick Social to work a chance in. He's stuck down still. He hasn't gotten up. Finally does manage to make his way back to his feet there, Jamie Owens, and what can they do from the resulting free kick? There was a slight concern that he might not have been okay to continue, but Now he's getting himself ready in the centre. And the referee is finally able to get the chance. And he forces the defensive wall to get behind the line. And now there is the chance for the free kick to come in. How can this develop? Plenty of players on the edge of the box. Who will he target? Whipped in by Stockton. Looking for the centre, and it just evaded everybody. It was Coleman who was in there. There were several defenders sliding in. One of them had to get the touch. Needed to do that because Sonny Coleman was running in. It was a good ball, but good defending as well to deny it. Corner now. How will this develop? Mulligan gets it on. Needs to get a dangerous ball whipped in there. Whipped in by Mulligan. Looking for the centre, headed away though. Needed to be cleared. And now they are able to breathe a sigh of relief, Gym United, and they are able to flick it away, but the counter-attack doesn't develop. And it's mopped up by Bishop, and he plays it harmlessly back to his keeper to deal with. Well, every time you think that Gym United are going to be able to attack on the counter, they just can't quite get their footing right, and the chance goes a-begging. Carter now, pushing it forward. What can they do on this right-hand side? Looking for the pass, and they hook it into Owens. Turns around, fakes with the shot, doesn't quite go for it, and loses possession, but it was well mopped up. Back now with Owens, goes for the strike, and it just took a little bit of a deflection, I think. Well, the Ardwick Social players believed it as a deflection, but referee disagrees and calls it for a goal kick. Well, it's a dangerous chance there from Owens, and you could see the fight that they were putting in just to retain possession, especially when they'd lost it. But unfortunately, they couldn't get the clean strike that they were hoping for. 5.5 minutes gone in this second half. Still goalless in this FA Sunday Cup final. But both teams have been putting their bodies about, trying to retain possession. It's been difficult for both teams just to make sure that they have held onto the ball. No sooner do they win it back, it's often turned over. Such is the tension that they've got in this game. They've both started to settle down and play football a little bit more now. Bishop into the centre, good overlap there. And now they get it forward. Bishop again plays it down to the left-hand side where Stockton is, looking for the pass, and he has to play it back. Risborough over the top, and he's trying to find the header there, and it's just flicked on there by Coleman, and he was trying to win it but couldn't find anyone to latch onto his knock on with the head, and McNally is able to get it under his control. But Hardwick Social have been threatening regularly with the cross into the penalty area. So far, Gym United, despite the fact that they might have been living a little bit dangerously at times, they've contained the threat. Forward now by Stockton. Risborough on this left-hand side again. Played into the centre. Cut inside by Mulligan. Can he play it? Goes onto the left. Risborough looking for the cross. Far post header from Coleman, and it wasn't quite the power that he wanted. It was on target, but the chance goes again, and Gym United are able to just breathe a sigh of relief. But again, it was that danger down on that left-hand side. Regularly, you're seeing Stockton and Risborough getting forward, and now the chances again as Mulligan plays it forward, but oh, it wasn't the accuracy that he wanted. Oh, the chance, it was developing again. Gym United, you get the sense that they're starting to tire a little bit at the back, but they're clinging on. Played forward. Can they get the knockdown? It just evades everybody. And I thought that Brain was running around and had to be well covered there by the defence. And they have done well just to get it back to Arthur. And what can they do now as he plays it long? Flicked on. Looking for the... was just overlapping there, but they managed to get it clear. Mallinson played it back into the centre. Bailey played forward again. Quick give and go. And he looks it forward. It was cut out in the end. It wasn't the greatest of passes, and Hardwick Social have it back. Long ball. I was going to say it was looking like it was going to be a long ball, but without the aerial presence quite there. And Gym United hook it long as Cole looks for it, but it was easily reclaimed, and now Bishop has it. Plays it down to the right-hand side for Carter. Bishop turns around and looks for some space to travel into, and he does travel. Owens evades the challenge and he knocks it forward. Still Owens looking for the pass forward, but it was cut out there by White, but not far enough. And now Owens has it, looks for the cross. Can people get level with him? Cuts in with the left, goes for the cross, looking towards the centre, and it was looking there for the header, but it was hooked away. It's not yet cleared. Melanson, it was blocked, headed forward by Roberts. Carter just does the fake with the switch and plays it back. Good, they're retaining the possession here, Hardwick. I was just about to say that they're playing it a little bit dangerously. Owens, quick feet, that was good. Still Owens, chance of the strike, evades everybody, just does a little bit too much. Oh, it was great technique, and in the end he's given away the free kick. It looked like he was going to dribble around everybody then. He turned one, he turned two, another fell down. He still had possession, but he couldn't quite pull the trigger. Unlucky. Well, as we approach the 55-minute mark, that would have been a great chance for him to have taken the lead for his side, but Hardwick Social are still level with Gym United. No goals to speak of in this FA Sunday Cup final, but we're starting to see the screw turn by the Social side. Cut out, and now it's played down onto the left, and they tried to win it, but it's been lost, and now it's back with Bishop, who plays it back. Arthur, Coulthard, knocks forward, played over the top, and it wasn't the greatest of aerial balls, and it's back into the possession where Gym United have it now. Turned out. What can they do with this? Bond still has it. It's forced back because of the high pressure that Hardwick are playing, and every time they have the ball they're forced back as it's run forward. Bailey still has it. Melanson, Bailey over the top, and it's flicked forward. Melanson looking for the pass, plays it forward, and it's just overran a little bit, but they still have it into possession. Over the top, looking to try and find the runner, headed away though, and Stockton should be able to get it away, but it was only as far as Bond. So it's headed back. Coulthard played down to the right-hand side for Carter, and Hardwick are able to breathe a sigh of relief as they have it back under their possession. Into the centre, and they need to get bodies forward. They're trying to turn the screw, but just unable to get the pace that they need. Not forward for Bishop. Played it to the right, to the left. Griswold. Played back. And Arthur is rolling it, and it's knocked long. Tries to go for the header, gets away, and it's reclaimed again, its possession turned over, and Gym United have it with Bond. Played forward, and it was just a bit of a push in the back, nothing given by the referee, and Hardwick have it under possession. Coulthard plays forward, looking to find the pass there. Coleman, Carter, forward, knocked on by Mulligan, looking to try and find the run there of Coleman. Still Coleman, evades everyone, looks for the cut in, and the header by Owens is just over the bar. Oh, it was a good run there round that right hand side. The retention of possession was strong. Coleman evaded everybody, cut it inside for the cross, but Owens couldn't guide the header on target. Yet another sign there from Hardwick Social. They're getting closer. Gym United have been living dangerously so often in this half, but the deadlock still hasn't been broken. McNally plays it long, and it's headed forward. Tried to turn it out there with Coleman, and just knocked off of his foot. It's going to be another throw-in. These throw-ins are starting to rack up now. Played forward. Bailey. Over the top, looking to try and find the runner, but it was easily cut out by Coulthard, who heads it out into the touchline. Well, with 13 minutes gone, it's only a matter of time before both sides decide to look for a substitution. I think change might well be in order just to keep players fresh, as things have started to go slightly stale with the play. Played back. Now it's down over the top. Looking to try and find the run there of Cole, but it's headed away, and it's back into possession with Coulthard, who plays it over the top. And now it's knocked on. It's a good pass forward from Mulligan. Ward tries to turn it out, but he's being covered there by Bailey. He's come out on top as the Gym United man. Plays forward. Turned it out. Wood knocks it along. Bray brings it down. In towards the centre. Mulligan. It's just gone round over the top there on the pass from Melanson, and now Hardwick have it back, and it's played over the top. In from Bishop, looking towards the centre, but it was headed away. Stockton. And he does well with the footwork there. Still Stockton. He's running forward. He plays it in. Bishop on the ball. Can he get the strike? He gets it away, and it had to be down low there by Duncan McNally. Well, he found the space there to Craig Bishop. Managed to work it onto his favoured right foot. But McNally was able to get down low just to prevent it from skidding into that bottom corner. Well, these chances are mounting now for Hardwick Social. They've really ramped up their possession play. They're in the ascendancy, but Gym United are still level as we approach the hour mark of this contest. Still goalless. Played forward by Bailey. And just overrun a little bit there, and now it's back into possession. Mulligan has it, and the slide tackle came in. Well won, it was adjudged, but the slide comes back in, and it comes back into McNally, who plays it quickly. He's trying to get the ball forward. Morton. Still Morton on the ball, urging his players to come back in towards the centre. How can they get it forward? That might have been away, but wasn't quite what he wanted. And now it's Owens. Turns it out. Good footwork. Played it forward down. Stockton now. Can he get the cross in? Goes for it low. Hooked away though. Not the most convincing of crosses for Bond. It's still in the danger area. Headed away. And Gym United are able to clear their lines. But there's nobody to receive the third ball, and it's headed forward there rather unnecessarily, I'd have said, from Arthur. Gets it back in, I guess. Risborough. Played down. Coulthard. Forward. And it's cut out again. And now the chance for the counter-attack is on. But again, it's cut out. And Bishop has he used too much of an arm there. Looked clean, and it was clean. Back into possession. Mulligan's forced back. In towards the centre. Can they get players forward? They need to find the passing options as quickly as they can. Risborough. Still with Risborough. Forced it back. Turns it out. Ward is on the ball. And the passing option, there were passing options, but safety first as it's played back to the keeper. Bishop rolls it forward. Looking for the pass. Into the centre. Hardwick retaining possession with this pass in. Played forward, and we're looking to try and find the pass, and Stockton was just out-muscled on the ball. And now Gym United are able to get it back forward. It's flicked over the top. Should be covered there by Carter. Heads it back. Well mopped up by Arthur. Quickly rolled forward. Trying to find a way behind that back line, but it's been a couple of brick walls over the course of this game. Strong and resilient, not allowing anybody to pass. Mulligan's in the corner, and just a slight push there, I felt, from Bolton. It was clean in the end, and it does go away. Bailey over the top, flicked on. Melanson has to play it back. Over the top from White, and it's brought down well. Can they get it? No, and it was just the needed tackle there from Carter. He did that so well. And now he's got his chance for his team to counter. Still Carter. He's just overran it a little bit. There was a little bit of a touch there from Bailey that took it out of play. And Hardwick Social. Quick throw in. Brought down. Over the top from Coulthard. Headed away though. Morton just about able to get it away, and it's back into the centre. How can they deal with this? They've got to get it forward. They need to get players out of their half. Diving tackle. And it was enough to put Sam Bond off. And now it's the throw-in. Played forward. Risborough rolls it forward. knocked on. And just come from round the back, and it's still clean. Melanson plays it back. Both teams are trying to retain possession, but it's knocked forward down well, and Owens has it. He's got options. Still Owens cuts inside, and good tackle there. Solid that was. Needed to be done, and it denied the chance. And well, Owens acknowledges he should have done something about it sooner. There's no time to dwell on it as the ball's played forward almost immediately, and Andrew Wood is being covered by Bishop. Wood holds it up, and I think that Bishop has thought he'd won himself a throw-in for his team just on that position, but did well just to deny the counter-attack from coming on. Wood needed to be a little bit quicker there. Just they're trying to surge the cavalry forward a little bit. There's almost a recognition that they haven't been able to get enough bodies into the penalty area, the Gym United side. Can Bond get himself a long throwing into the penalty area? Long throwing comes in, and it just couldn't quite find the head, but it's flicked back, and there was a cross wires there which meant that they both got confused as the counter-attack is on. Mulligan overlapping on the left is Risborough, who's on the ball now, looking for the cross, and it was well cut out. Had to be done there by Morton. The player manager has been leading by example at the back today. Plays it back. Risborough still on the ball. Ball rolls, keeping it in possession, and there was a little bit of a deflection that carried it into the path of McNally, and he dealt with it well. And now his team have to get it forward. All seems a little bit slow at this moment in time. Maybe fatigue has started to set in a little bit. 65 minutes played in this game, and we are still waiting for our first goal. Remember, last year's cup final also managed to reach the distance. I say also because this one may well still do so. May not yet if we can get ourselves a late goal. Thrown now. Played forward. Onto the left-hand side. It's played back. And now Gym United have to work it forward. We're approaching the point where they would normally make a change. It's rolled forward. Played by Morton. Flick on was not quite what was wanted from Bond, and it's reclaimed back in the Hardwick social defence. There's a free kick actually from the late touch that was taken. Risborough plays it forward on the deck, and it was good defending. I think that went out of play. Definitely went out of play the second time, and it's going to be a throw-in. Risborough's looking for he's looking for a closer option, and in the end he's forced to play it back. Bishop rolls forward, still on possession, played it forward, and the overlap was good dummy. Now what can they do in possession with Owens? He's looking for the pass, gives it into Stockton, and they tried to do the give and go between Stockton and Owens, but didn't quite come off. So they surge and they're looking for the pass, and it's never there. It's just a sign of how strong Hardwick have been defending. Every time Gym United win the ball back, they can't get it, but the flag's up, and Owens acknowledges that he didn't quite get his run timed there. It did look like he was a few yards offside when he made the attempt for it. Had he been onside though, would have been through one-on-one. Might have given Hardwick their clearest opportunity to score in this game. But McNally has been relatively calm in his goal. He's not had too much to deal with, but everything that he has had to deal with, he's done with a degree of aplomb. Forward, headed on. Now here's the chance, but it was covered there and cut out and should be dealt with well. And it's down onto the right-hand side. Now it's a chance for the throw-in to come in. In fact, it did. I felt it had gone in for a throw, but it's must have gone out just before the clearance, and it is a corner. It's a dangerous chance here. Whipped in, and the head comes forward, and they were trying to head it on with Clark, couldn't quite get onto it, and it's knocked away by Coleman. Only as far though as where Melanson is. It's down onto the left, and it's hooked in, and it was punched away, unorthodox there from Arthur, but it might well have worked. And it's played forward, and now the counter-attack is on, and it's with Stockton, surging forward, cuts inside, still Stockton. Can anyone come level with him to help him out? The chance might have gone, forced back, and I fear the chance has gone. And Bishop plays it forward, still Hardwick as they try and look for the goal to give them the advantage, trying to break this deadlock. Played forward, flicked on, and it didn't quite come off, and again it's hooked away. 24 minutes in this half, already gone. Only 20 minutes left near enough. Can either team find the goal to make the difference? Played forward. Still in possession. Owens tries to give it wide to where Ward was, but it was cut out. And flicks away. Wasn't the greatest of headers, but did what was needed. Running forward with Bond. Over the top, trying to find the runner, and now, I thought that it was very brave of Arthur to come off his line. He had to read that play well, otherwise there was the chance for the one-on-one. But the chance goes a-begging. Still goalless in this FA Sunday Cup final game, and it's been loose there, and it's a chance for Stockton. Great sliding tackle. It was full of commitment there from Morton, leading by example. The player manager had to do that because Chris Stockton was through on goal, and it would have been a clear sight for him. Maybe a chance for him to give his side the lead. Still might be a chance right now for him to give his team the lead. Risborough throws it forward. Ward being forced away from goal, over the top, and wasn't in the area that was wanted, and it was cleared away before any threat could come of it. Another throw-in on this left-hand side, but Hardwick and knocking, and as they try and reclaim the ball back, they're getting closer. Throw in, forward. Mulligan is forced back into the centre circle. Coulthard rolls it forward, he's still in possession. Bit of a daring run here, plays it wide. What can they do with this? Few step overs, looking into the centre for where Owens was, and it just over the top. And he tried to cut it inside, and the shot came in deflected. There was a few chances there. Stockton had a chance. Few people have a chance to the Cherry. Overhead kick. Oh, and Ward couldn't quite generate the power there that he was needed. McNally dealt with it, but several bites of the cherry there from Hardwick Socialist. They try so desperately to take the lead, but Gym United remains strong in defence. Rolls forward, looking for it over the top. Can Gym United create their own chance? Not with a ball like that. And it's still in possession. Played back by Coleman. Still on this right-hand side. Arthur. Over the top. And they try and flick it forward. And the throw-in is given. And it's another chance for Hardwick to get it forward. Carter. He just takes a little bit of time because we are about to get a substitution. And it looks like the end of Tanner Call for the game. It's Wayne Proctor who'll be coming on in his place. Chance for him to make a difference in this game. What can he do with this particular chance? They call him Wayner. They say he's lightning quick and he's agile and has a prolific goal scoring record for his side, and maybe that will make the difference in these latter stages. Sliding tackle, and it was well evaded. Still forward for Mulligan. Ward rolled on. Risborough evades the challenge. Still Risborough lines up for the strike. Oh, it was fumbled there by McNally, and he followed it up, and he had to because Coleman was running in for it. But there was a bit of power there from Risborough. It was a little bit hot for McNally to handle, but he did well to follow it up and make sure that any spillage was dealt with. It's starting to heat up now, this final, but we're still awaiting our first goal. Bailey forced back. Mawson played it forward. Bailey looking for it over the top, trying to find the latched run, headed away. And it's a dangerous throw in position now for Gym United to work. What can they do with it? They have to do something if they are to take a lead in this game. And it looks like there's going to be a breather here. someone is down on the deck. A little bit of cramp perhaps has set in. It's a chance for all the other players just to get themselves a bit of a drink of water. It's been an intense fought game in the middle of the park. There's been a lot of commitment that has been thrown about from both sets of players. They'll want to be careful of not overextending themselves. 74th minute right now. Still got another 16 to go. Plus stoppage time, and looks like they're readying a substitute. I think the cramp was just a little bit too much as the crowd watch on. A respectable attendance here for this FA Sunday Cup final game. What can happen as far as the goal action is concerned? Are we destined to go the distance? It looks like we are going to get our substitution. And it looks like the end of the day there for Liam Bolton. Just a bit too much cramp there for him. Maybe a heavy knock. And Charlie Robinson is going to come on in his place. Described as a very cultured footballer, Robinson. They say he's got a good range of passing about him, and has a look of butter wouldn't melt, despite the fact that he has a ferocious tackle, as far as the sliding degree is concerned, of course. And finally they are able to hobble Liam Bolton off the pitch. He's worked so well over this game, Bolton. It's unfortunate for him. He's given a lot of commitment in this game, but is this a chance now for Robinson to become the hero in this game? And it's been such a long time dealing with it that finally Bond is able to get himself a throw-in. Forward. Flicked away. Not the greatest though. Still into possession. Had to be hooked away there by Coleman. Oh, Brame was standing over it. He was looking to try and get the challenge and the chance. But it's now a throw-in. It's allowed for White to deal with. Forward. Hooked over the top. But it's headed away. Back into the mix by Robinson. Headed away again by Bishop. Challenge in the air, and Mulligan came out tops. And White just managed to come around and take the ball. Robbed of possession there. Look, flick forward. Brame tried to play it over the top. Headed away. And the challenge in the middle was not quite dealt with. It was Bailey was running in for it, but couldn't quite get it under control. And Carter flicks it away. Headed over the top. Flicked back into the mix. Over the top again by Roberts. Played aerially a few times here. Clark heads it out, and it is going to be a throw-in. Well, we're entering the final stages of this second half. 77 minutes played. But we're still awaiting the deadlock to be broken. Forward, Coleman. And just a few cross wires between Mulligan and Coleman there, which contributed to Jim United getting the throw-in on that left-hand side. Maybe the tiredness is beginning to set in. Over the top. Headed forward though by Ward. Back in to the possession of, it was turned over immediately, and now it's a chance for Carter to get it forward. Rolling in, running in, into the centre. Owens plays it back again to Owens. Options on the left. Risborough. What can he do for it? He looked for the first time cross. In the end he did get it away, but Brame was sliding in, and it has gone out of play. And it's another dangerous chance here for Hardwick to get themselves a goal. They are running out of time, both sides are. Don't forget, if it does go in at full time as a level score, then it will go to added time, so we'll have extra time, and the potential is looming for a penalty shootout. But we've still got another 12 minutes to go. Hooked into the box and just headed away at the near post. Ooh, it was creeping towards the goal from Mulligan's delivery there. But as we mentioned, with now less than 12 minutes to go, there really isn't much time. In fact, you get the impression that if either team was to score right now, it could well be the decider. Risborough. Forward. Back into Risborough's feet. Over the top, looking to the right, trying to find the header. He was looking to try and find Owens there, but It was brave and commanding from McNally to reclaim it. He just gives his side a breather. So he thought better of the early delivery and instead plays it long. But it wasn't accurate enough and it's headed back into the play. Headed again and up in the air a third time, and it's knocked on forward, and you can see that they were trying to latch onto it, but McNally clears it away. Only to Risborough. Over the top. Stockton. Turning away from the challenge and quick give and go, and now Stockton's found himself some space, and this is a dangerous run, but he's being covered. Goes for the first time delivery into the centre, deflected away. Owens again. Oh, he doesn't quite get the contact. Twice it was deflected. It was unfortunate. It was a good passing phase, but Hardwick still have it. And now they can still get it forward. And the chance has gone finally. Oh, it was so unlucky. Twice Owens was trying to get a strike, but it was bodies on the line willing to defend that meant that Gym United have kept this scoreline level at 0-0 as we enter the final 10 minutes. Bailey. And it wasn't the greatest of passes, but it found its intended target, surprisingly. Over the top. Looking to try and find the head of Wood, but it was flicked away by Bishop and just made sure it was away by Roberts, and finally it's hooked away. But Gym United now have themselves the momentum, but they've turned it away. And now it's back with Hardwick Social, and now they're on the counter-attack, and it's down on this right-hand side with Carter. Pushing forward, cuts inside, looking for the cross, wasn't the greatest. Coleman now picks it up, and he loses possession, and it's hoofed away. Had to be dealt with though, because the counter was on. But the threat is still present as it's flicked over the top, and it wasn't dealt with very well by Robinson, but his team have mopped it up, and now it's back with Melanson. But it was covered again, and Carter should have it. He does have it, and rather than risk putting his team in trouble, plays it safely back to Arthur in the Hardwick Social goal. Over the top. Brought down and turned over, and the long-range strike, it was speculative. I think that sums up the Gym United afternoon as far as their chances have been concerned. Michael Arthur has had next to nothing to really deal with as far as saves are concerned. But I think you'd have to praise the Hardwick Social defence rather than the attacking prowess of Gym United. They've just not been able to find much space on the ball in this game. Brought down and it's cleared away. Forward into the centre now, and it's turned out, and now they're able to run with possession. Play down to the left hand side. Stockton in towards the centre, turns out with Ward. Quick give and go in the first time strike. Great save there, needed to be done by McNally. Oh, he got down low and quick to deny Owens. He turned and he took the strike, but it was a fantastic save by McNally, and he could well have kept his side in this game. Needed to get down low to his left-hand side. It was a tricky one for him to deal with. But the danger isn't over yet. Still a corner for his team to deal with. Whipped in. Mulligan. In towards the centre. Headed away though by Wood. Only as far though as Ward, who looks for the far post. Headed back into the danger area. Flicked on, and it comes goalwards. Oh, and Roberts couldn't quite get the contact that he wanted. It landed into his path from close range. And I think it may well have taken a deflection. Maybe that's what took it away from the goal. Yes, in fact it is a corner kick. Well, that saves a few bushes there. But Hardwick Social are really starting to ramp up the pressure. And Mulligan again with the delivery near post. But it's flicked away this time. Wasn't the greatest of balls. But can they get it forward? They've still got so many of their shirts in the penalty area. Mulligan holds it up, cuts inside, looks for the cross. Is it far post? Headed towards, oh, and Owens couldn't quite get the contact that he wanted. And McNally got a strong hand behind it to bring it into his body. But Owens has had a few chances there. He's really tested McNally, but the keeper has been equal to everything so far. And we're edging towards full time. Still goalless in this FA Sunday Cup final. Gym United 0, Hardwick Social 0. But there have been so many chances from Hardwick just to try and get themselves ahead. Forward now, and there was a deflection which took its way out, and Gym United have got the throw in there, and there's a huge call there from Matthew Morton to calm down. The player manager on the pitch is trying to urge his team to settle. They have looked rattled in this last 10 minutes as Hardwick have pushed themselves forward, but they're still level, and it's not the greatest of clearances, headed away by Risborough, and it was coming round the back, and it was done well. Brame now on the ball, hooks it over to the left hand side, looking to try and find it, and it wasn't brought down by Proctor in the end, and it is going to be a throw-in, but it was a chance for Gym United just to develop their own attack, but it didn't quite come off. Throw-in forward, flicked on, but brought back under control by Clark, and it's only given away to Carter, who plays it long, and his clearance was more a clearance rather than a through ball, as McNally brings it under his possession, and he rolls it out. We're entering the final 5 minutes of normal time, but I have a feeling we might get a few stoppages to be added on. Now into possession with Bishop. Back to Arthur. And he looks for it long. Over the top. Headed away. Flicked on, but brought back under possession. It's flicked away. And now they've got the counter-attack, and it's played forward. Is this a chance? Turns it out. A chance right now. Played over to the side. Owen, and it didn't quite work out. Coleman should have struck. Owen should have struck. Nobody struck. Chance is gone. Still goalless. But Hardwick, if they find themselves conceding in these final 4 minutes, will really regret not taking advantage of this dangerous spell that they've had in possession. But there's still a chance. The throw-in comes back. Arthur plays it to the right-hand side. Over the top from Coulthard. Flicked on. And it's claimed in. And it was a tackle there that was coming in from Mulligan. Nothing given by the referee, and it's a chance for them to attack forward with Owen. And was trying to be taking it under possession there was Coleman, but just a little bit too much force in the tackle. And it is going to be a free kick as we edge closer to the full-time whistle. And the prospect of extra time is very much a reality right now. Unless somebody can get themselves a goal. Not long left to go. And we're just waiting for this stoppage, as looks like there's a bit of a word from Coleman in the technical area to the management staff of Annie Westwood and John Heslop. And finally, it is played over the top, but not well. It's a throw-in. 2 minutes left on the clock. Hardwick Social, believe it or not, haven't made any substitutions as of yet. No subs made, but they have sent Garbutt to warm up, and a couple of other players are starting to get themselves warm as well. Maybe a chance will make the difference for them. Carter. Played over to the left-hand side. Can they move it forward? Bishop on possession. Coulthard. Carter now. Rolls it forward. And he's got a chance if he can play it, but he doesn't do it in exactly the fashion he'd want, but gets himself out of trouble as Roberts plays it forward. Carter. Played forward, looking to try and find Coleman, and he's robbed the possession there by Melanson, and now Gym United have it back, and they play it over the top. Headed a one, and Wood is trying to break forward, and Wood is making a surge forward, and he's brought down. Now, was that a foul? No, is a call from the referee. Well, Wood thought that he'd been brought down there unfairly, but it was a clean challenge. It had to be clean, otherwise it probably would have been a red. Risborough now. Down onto the right-hand side. Long-range strike, and it's just over the top. Oh, well, no sooner had attack turned into defence, and Gym United found themselves back under the pressure right there. But we're entering the final 90 seconds now of regulation time. Neither side have quite been able to break the deadlock in this game, but it hasn't been for the want of trying from Hardwick Social coming in for it, and Gym United have been doing their best, but they just haven't been able to test Michael Arthur in the Hardwick goal. Now McNally steps up and finally does give the long goal kick, but it's won back and it's flicked on, and Owens was challenged for it, but it was lost out, flicked forward, and it was headed away for a throw-in. Entering the final minute now. Wonder how much added time we're going to get on. By my reckoning, I would see it as being 3 minutes. Carter. Forward. Carter again. Played into the centre to Ward. Shifts it out. Looks for the ball over the top, and it was headed towards where Stockton was and had to be hooked away. There was certainly no elegance about the clearance. It was just a long hook away just to get it out of danger. Risborough plays it back, and it's back played over the top. Brought down, but Owens lost control of it. And now it's played out from the back, and no sooner than it was sliding in there. The referee says play on. Ward plays it back, and it's over the top. And the cross didn't quite find its way. And now we're into stoppage time. Who can make the difference? There isn't long left. But if it can get to extra time, it will give both teams a chance, and maybe they'll want to try and take advantage of any fatigue that the other side might have. We know that cramp can really become a factor in this late stage. Just got to keep it calm. Robinson heads it forward, but headed back into the danger area. Bond flicked back into where Stockton was and flicked on by Ward, and it was tried to be brought down by Mulligan, but it was brought out from the back from Clark. But it's now with Coleman. Shifts it onto the right-hand side. Carter over the top, looking to try and find it, but it was headed away there by Mawson. Only as far as the edge of the box. The strike comes in, put it away. Back in from Roberts, but again it was pushed away. And now it comes forward, and it's still in the air. And finally the referee does stop play. And it's Sam Bond who's on the ground holding his face. And I didn't see the collision that he took, but clearly it looks a little bit worse for wear there. And it is a little bit of stoppage. But it seems very much likely that there is going to be extra time in this game. Who can make the difference in this one? Hardwick Social have been here before. Last year, they managed to go to penalties after their normal match with New Salamis rather. Their game with New Salamis finished 1-1 after extra time. So they have gone the distance before in this competition. So maybe that experience will count for something, but Gym United have been very resilient in their defending. They haven't allowed too much to come in terms of chances for Duncan McNally to save. There was that brief spell about 15 minutes ago where Hardwick were really piling on the pressure. That it would be a huge blow though if Sam Bond wasn't able to continue. He's been very reliable. He's only recently signed for the club, but you can already tell the impact that he's made in this team, and he's certainly been working very hard down that right hand side. But it might well be that his course is run. So, as we take an extended breather here. And finally he is up to his feet, and still a bit bleary-eyed, but it looks like Gym United will temporarily be down to 10 men. As the referee waits for Bond to just make his way off the pitch before he gets this game back underway. And I would mention that we are well over 3 minutes into stoppage time, but I think that we will see a few more minutes as a result of that. And the ball is played back in, And Robinson gives it back to Hardwick Social, as is the etiquette for that kind of thing. Arthur now launches it forward, but it's won into the air and played back into that middle. Risborough, can he get it forward? Over the top, looking for the head. Doesn't quite happen, and it's played back there by Mellinson, and it's worked in towards the centre. And it has to be dealt with there by Bishop, and he almost played Arthur into trouble there. It was Wood who was overlapping to cause a couple of problems, but it was just a bit of holding there, and the free kick is conceded. And the chance is surely gone, and can't imagine that there is much stoppage time left to play. Morton puts it down, and he urges his team to go forward. Might as well, any goal that comes now, and that will be it, surely. Morton plays it back, and now it's McNally to, you'd imagine, lump it forward, and he does play it forward, but it wasn't dealt with, and it's cleared away. Headed back by Bond, who's now rejoined play, and first time strike from Brain, didn't quite have the accuracy. He's claiming that there was a deflection. I didn't see one myself, but that isn't stopping Jack Brain from demonstrating with the officials. And he's absolutely adamant that there was a deflection of some sort, but either way, the referee is going to give the corner. Maybe he was calling for the handball, actually. Either way, the corner is going to come in from Bailey. Looking for the far post, and it was well taken by Arthur, who was strong in the air. Rolls it forward. There cannot be a lot of time left right now. Played forward. It was cut out. Right-hand side. Bailey. Looking over the top. Looking to try and find out. Was there a push? Was that a push now? Oh, that was definitely, it looked like there was a bit of a push. The referee says no. He blows the full-time whistle, and it doesn't matter. So it looks like we are going to play an extra 30 minutes. The final whistle, Gym United 0, Hardwick Social 0. It's down to extra time right now in this FA Sunday Cup final.